Welcome to the channel. For everyone who's new to the channel, do me a huge favor. If you do not mind, consider subscribing, hit the thumbs up, as well as the notification bell right down there at the bottom. And that way, every time I drop a new video, you'll be the first to know. So my videos, I feel like this is the perfect time for these videos. I feel like they're super important because not, as far as I know, there's not many people out there who's trying to reprogram the way you think. So I always tell you guys, what I want to do is I want to reprogram you. So there are a bunch of things that you know, that's fine. I want you to unknow them, right? So to speak. And so this channel is about reconditioning your mind. This channel is about not thinking like the 90%. The 90% are struggling. The 90% are on the struggle bus. The 90% are living paycheck to paycheck or very close to it. Most people in America, if they lose their job today, their life goes completely chaos in 30 days. So how do I know that's not a good feeling? Because I've been there, right? I've had times where if I don't have a paycheck in 30 days, I'm in trouble. And so to me, that was not living a life of freedom. That was living a life of bondage, because you're either going to live, I always say this, you're either going to live in this life, you're going to live the life that you want to live, which is really, really good because you get to do the things you want to do. Or you're going to live the life you have to live, which is not fun, which means that if my paycheck does not allow it, I can't do it. So imagine you see a beautiful home you like. Hey, I'd love to live in this home. It's amazing. Dream home, beautiful driveway, beautiful neighborhood. But there's only one problem. My paycheck doesn't allow me to purchase that, right? Or, man, look at this nice car. I've always dreamed of having a car like this. Love to have it. Beautiful, beautiful car. Love to take my spouse out, my date out in this car. Love to have a good time. But my paycheck doesn't allow it, right? And so off you go to Toyota. Nothing wrong with Toyota. So, but my point is, you're either going to live this life the way that you have to or the way that you want to. For many years, I've lived life on other people's terms. Many, many years. It led me into straight poverty and being homeless. So it took a lot for me to recondition the way that I was thinking and go, wait a minute, I'm in this same cycle year after year. I'm selling my time for money to the highest bidder. If you pay me more than what they're paying, I'm not loyal. I'm out of here. I'll come and work with you. I'll come and work for you. I'll come and slave away and do whatever you need me to do for that paycheck, right? Because I'm a good little worker, right? I'm a good worker. I'm going to listen. I'm going to be obedient. I'm going to be a good little boy or girl, and I'm going to do whatever you tell me because you got me handcuffed, because I need this thing right here called a paycheck, and I can't live without it, right? And so what happens then, right? So all of a sudden you're in financial prison because you can't operate outside of your paycheck's boundaries. And it goes even beyond that, because your paycheck even lies to you, deceives you. That's why I always tell you, don't trust your paycheck. It's lying to you. Treat your paycheck like a side chick, right? Treat it like a side guy. Treat it like a side piece. Use it and let it go, right? So I know this is going to be controversial, but use it when you need it and let it go. So for instance, if you're relying on a paycheck, I've already told you that it only allows you to budget so far. Well, what if, because you guys are sitting there and I can read your mind, you're going, wait a minute, my paycheck's not lying to me. Yes, sure it does. All right, I'll prove it to you. Let's say you get paid, right? So let's say your paycheck we'll just say each week is $1,500. That's your weekly paycheck, $6,000 a month, about $70,000 a year, not bad. That's your paycheck, right? So this is called, I'll just put a G, for called gross, right? Gross is an acronym, a synonym for lies, right? I made that up. That's not true, but follow me. So gross is a synonym for lies. So your paycheck says that gross is $1,500. This is where they get you, right? And then there's this something at the bottom called net. And we'll just say that your net is what you get. So this is a lie. This is the reality, right? So I say your gross is toast or a lie, and your net is what you get. So out of the 1,500, you were able to take home, let's be nice, $1,000. So about 30% went to the government, to everyone else, right? And so even though your check said it was 1,500, it lied to you. It's not true. You won't be able to spend that 1,500, right? They only actually paid you $1,000. So this is why I say your paycheck lies to you. It deceives you. You guys think you're making 1,500. You're not. You can't spend that. You can't budget that, right? So I appreciate the thumbs up. Guys, let me know where you're watching from, city and state. I'm always curious. I've got people watching from the Caribbean. I got people watching from Canada, people watching from Africa, and I'm sure it won't be long. I'm going to have somebody watching from Wakanda. I'll bet. So here we go. So the gross is not your real money. This is why your paycheck lies to you. Your gross is not your real money. It's a lie. The reason I know it's a lie is because, number one, they don't give it to you. And number two, you can't spend it. So no matter how much the gross is, I can take the one off and put a 5 here. It does not matter because the gross is not real. The gross is what you pay to everyone else, right? So you guys make the mistake of thinking your gross is your real money. It's not. You can't, there's nobody in the history of the world who's ever spent their gross. Nobody. They can only spend the net. That's why I say the gross is toast. The net is what you get. And so I'm not fussing at you. Don't quit your job. Not yet. I'm just educating you so you can wake up and go, wait a minute. That random guy on YouTube might have a point. You don't have to say random. You can say handsome guy, right? That handsome guy on YouTube might have a point in that weird pink hat. It's my wife's hat, by the way. But I got some positive feedback from the hat. People were like, hey, you rock it. It looks good on you. I was like, bet, I'll stick with it. So anyway, let me know if you guys like the pink hat, right? So you can just put a 1 in the comment if you like it, a 2 if you don't like it. I just appreciate the feedback. And so, by the way, if you have a question or comment, you're welcome to drop it. If you like the hat, you can also just smash the thumbs up. If you have a question or comment, put it there while I'm live. I'm not going to be on here long, but I just want to fill you in on some things, right? Because I don't know if you know, your job is looking to fire you. I just got off the phone with one of my students. You don't know him, so I could probably say his name. And Wesley and I were talking. And this has happened multiple times since I've been doing one-on-one trainings. Wesley said this. He said, man, there was a company. He said, I've been working in a certain industry for a long time. He said, there was a company came in, fired everybody. Think of that. He said they came in, fired everybody. And this guy, I could just tell based on a few things that he wasn't in his 20s, wasn't in his 30s, probably not in his 40s, probably in his 50s. And I commend him. And Wesley, if you're watching, I commend you, brother, because most people don't have, and no offense when I say this, they don't have the balls to start their life over. They give up, they quit, they're soft, they got all these excuses. And you listen, when you get in the mud, you got to pick yourself up. Sometimes it's just you. So you've got to get yourself up. When I was homeless, there wasn't anybody that was trying to pull me up. I said, you know what? I got to do better than this. I can't be out here. I've been out here 3 months. I got nowhere to live. I got no home. I got no money. I got no job. Cannot be this way. I've got to change something. And in 2020, I started my middleman business. My middleman business made me in the first year only $77,000. That's it. Still got the numbers in my Stripe account. The reason it did $77,000, and I'm not complaining about it. A couple of reasons. Number one, I did not know what I was doing. Right? I knew that the industry could make money and that it could work. I just didn't know how to do it. And there was nobody to teach me. So there was no YouTube channels about creating a middleman business. There was none of that. No courses, no trainings, no anything. And so that left me in a really bad spot. So I had to learn the hard way and now share it with you guys. By the way, I'm doing a live training. You guys are watching this on, what's today? Thursday. Is today the 21st? Somebody help me out. 21st? Somebody let me know in the comments. What's today's date? I want to say it's the 20th. I could be wrong though. Well, somebody help me out because I'm recording. I don't want to mess with the camera. If you don't mind, guys, drop in the comments and let me know. I think today is the 20th. So, but I don't want to be wrong, so it's important. But anyway, today, Thursday, the 20th or the 21st, I'm not sure which one it is. but I'm going to be doing a free live training tonight where I'm going to teach you guys how to start your own middleman business doing the same thing that I do. So the difference is now I actually know how to do it, where in the beginning, I didn't know how. So today's the 21st. So today, the 21st, and if you guys are watching this and it's after the 21st, ouch, you missed a really, 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 really good training. It's going to be fire. I hope you guys are there tonight, 7 p.m. Texas time. So be there, be early. Don't be late, because last time I did a training, I had to cut people off. We had too many people in the live training, and I only want a certain amount of people in there so we could do Q&A and do some interactions. But if you got about 45 minutes, I'm just going to teach you how to do 3 things: how to book, deposit, dispatch, book a customer, take a deposit. That's where you get paid. That's where I get paid. And then dispatch the work to someone else. Let them do all the work. No more working hard. So back to what I was saying. By the way, if you want to get into that training, put middleman in the comments and you'll get an invite. If you do not get an invite, then we are full. But here we go. So your gross is not real. Your net is what you really get. And you guys are out here trying to survive off the net, right? And so you're not getting everything you deserve out of your job. Not only that, your job is looking to fire you. They're looking for a system to replace you, a person to replace you, or a process to replace you, right? AI to replace you, right? Companies come in, just like one of my students mentioned. They'll come in, sell the company, merge the company, wipe out your entire department. So now that you know that your job is not loyal nor faithful to you, nor do they owe you anything. In fact, you're a liability to your job. I know this is going to shock you. You thought you were an asset. I thought I was an asset. I thought they couldn't produce without me. I thought this company couldn't survive without me. Are you kidding me? Me not being around? What are you going to do with yourself, right? Found out really quickly. Wasn't the case, right? I was out of there, homeless, lost everything. And so what I try to share with you is don't put your future and your finances in the hands of your employer. They don't like you that much. Don't get mad at me. They don't like me that much either, right? I hope you guys are tracking. If you're tracking, let me know in the comments. If you ain't tracking, you're lacking, but I need you to be tracking, right? So what I want to do is I want to get you to understand that, hey, this is not the way you have to live. You don't have to go through life trading time for money on a job just to get deceived with your pay. They're telling you they pay you this, but in reality, this is all you get. And then as soon as you get paid, your money goes taxed to the government. They got paid first. And then after the government gets paid, the bills get paid. So now the utility companies are all paid. The bill companies are all paid. And then if you own student loan debt, got to pay that. So now Fannie Mae gets paid. You pay the government, you pay the bills, you pay Fannie Mae. If you own a house, you got to pay that off. All of these people and entities are getting paid before you get paid. And then at the end of the day, you get to sit back after all that hard work and hold on to whatever is left behind. And that's how you live. And you live that way, and you telling me that you're living your best life? I don't think so, right? You're fooling yourself. You ain't fooling me. You're fooling yourself, right? Because I want you to understand that you don't have to live that way. You can put yourself in a position where you can have your time back. Did you know the most important thing in this world that you possess is your time? The one thing you can lose and never get back. The one thing you can lose and never get back. So my question to you is, if you know your job's not loyal and you know one day they're eventually going to fire you because they're not going to retire you. It's either fire or retire. Trust me, they're going to fire you before they retire you. And so now that you know that, because I've told you, and you know it inside too, you know it in your heart of hearts, that one day they're going to let me go. This job ain't safe. I can go to sleep tonight, wake up in the morning to an email that says, don't come to work today. You're no longer needed. Now your whole life is flipped upside down, disrupted, because you don't know how to make money outside of your job, right? And now we got a real problem. But that's where I come in. I'm going to come in and say, what did they tell you? Hey, they told me I can't work anymore, and they took my paycheck away. Say, okay, gotcha. Don't panic. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to start your own business from your phone. It's not hard work. It's just going to promote a business. I'll teach you how to do it step by step. And then you're going to make money doing this. And then in about 30, 60, or 90 days, when you get really good at this, you're going to start making more money. And then you're not going to have to look for a job. You're not going to have to go back begging to that job. You're not going to have to be out there working for less than what you're worth, right? Because you're worth the gross, but they don't pay you that. They pay you the net. The gross says, hey, this is what you're worth to us. The net says, this is what you're willing to sell yourself for. This is what you're willing to settle for, right? That's the time traded for money, which is a tough way to live. So you got to refocus everything. You've got to unlearn some things and relearn some things, or learn some new things, so that you don't always go through life relying on a paycheck. Paycheck does not equal freedom, but there is a way to be free. That way is to create a business, whether you do a middleman business or something else, doesn't matter. But I just want you to understand that your job is not safe. They are going to fire you before they retire you, right? And the only way you can get free from that is by creating income away from your job. The income that comes in when you don't have to go to work. So my income comes in, it's been coming in since 2020 without me needing a job. I don't fill out job applications. I don't talk about who's hiring. I don't care. I make my money on my phone, right? Well, now I don't even have to be on the phone because I have a VA, but for the first few years, I was on the phone. And that's what I teach you today to do until you learn how to run your business. Then you hire a VA, right? Because I got a bunch of students like, I need a VA. No. Learn your business, please, and then hire a VA. The money's going to be there. The VA is going to be there. The most important part is you know what you're doing, right? And it's pretty simple. It's not hard. All you're going to learn, if you want freedom, you're going to start a middleman business, and I'm going to teach you how to book customers, take a deposit. This is where you get paid. And then my favorite part, I don't have to do the work, and I got paid, dispatch the work to someone else. And that's the beauty of it. The deposits, I try to get you about $100 to $150 per deposit. I have students doing more. I have students doing a little less. Still not bad if you can get $100 per customer you book. You do that 2 times a day, you make 200. So one of my students I was just talking to in a live training, because I'm not a mentor or a coach that's going to leave you, like teach you and then let you go. That's not me. If I'm going to train you, and I believe in the middleman business the way I do and the way I say I do, and I know it's the only thing that I do. I had a friend on here one time here in Dallas, and I was like, Jason, tell them what I do. He was like, this is all he does. Exactly. I don't do anything else, and I don't want a job, because jobs lie to me. They tell me that my gross is $1,500 per week. And then they tell me that that's not true. The reality is that I'm only getting 1,000. Somebody said, hello to you. Guys, let me know what city and state you're watching from. I always like to know. Like I said, I have people watching from Africa, from the Caribbean, from Canada. That stuff blew my mind, because initially when I started this channel, I was only doing this because I thought maybe a few people might want to know how to change the way they think about money. Because I felt like, all right, there's an inflation, nothing's affordable, everything costs too much. And people are still out here trying to afford a house. Ohio, what's up? Ohio in the building. People are still out here trying to buy houses. People are still out here trying to buy cars. And I keep telling you guys, don't worry about any of that. That's fluff. There's nothing wrong with being a homeowner. There's nothing wrong with owning cars. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with having a job. But I just want to come up from behind as a friend, put an arm around you, hug you, and say, hey, I know you have that job. I know it's paying you. I got you. But here's what I want you to know. I want you to know that that job's not loyal. They will fire you before they retire you. And that if you continue to go through life relying on this paycheck, you're going to live your life to the end and regret it, because you sold all of your time to that job that did not deserve it. You dated it, married it, and you were supposed to treat that job and that paycheck like a side piece, but you didn't. You committed, you put a ring on its finger, you dedicated 40 years to it. And here you are, 65, 70, 75. I even had a student say her dad was 80 and still working. And you married that side piece. And now here you are today, 65 years old and older, tired, napping twice a day, burned out, waiting to die. And you're telling me that I'm wrong for not committing to that? You're telling me that me working for 40 years on a job and praying to God that they keep me is safe? No, you got the wrong one. I know it ain't safe. I know they'll fire me before they retire me. I know it. But now that I know it and I'm aware, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to hedge against that. I'm not going to let chaos happen to me the way it happened to me before, a few years ago when I was homeless. I lost my job. I was homeless. Because you know why? I didn't know how to make money when I wasn't at work. I didn't know how to make money when I didn't have a job. I anticipated that that job would always be there, and I was wrong. And here I am waving the red flag to you. You guys always talk about red flags, warnings. Here's one for you. Your job ain't safe. Wave that flag. It's not safe. Especially if you have a corporate job, especially if the job is trading on the stock market, especially if they're on the hook for retiring you. They're going to let you go. Your job is not safe. I'm not telling you to quit your job because I'm not against having a paycheck. It's better than nothing. But what I am telling you is if you rely on that paycheck and that's your only source of income, you are living dangerously. Because if anything happens to that income, think about this. What does that paycheck pay for in your life? I'm preaching now, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm preaching now, y'all. I'm preaching better than y'all, amen. I'm giving you some truth, and I'm out of here. What does that paycheck pay for? Think about it. In your life, what does that paycheck pay for? I know. Your phone, your car, your insurance, your rent or your mortgage, the kids' school, furniture, food, lights, other utilities, cable, the dog, medical, visual, dental, on and on and on. That paycheck, and this is why I'm telling you it's dangerous. That paycheck, and I'll show you because I don't mind. Where's my eraser? I got to show you this because I got to bring this to life because a lot of you're just not paying attention. And I'm telling you, there's a reason everything costs too much. There's a reason. And so what are you going to do now that you know your job isn't safe? By the way, if I'm preaching good, talking about this money and how to change your finance, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. Let me know if this is a good message because I'm not here to make you rich. I hope you get rich. There's nothing wrong with it. But I'm here to make you free. I want to make you free. If you make $10,000 a month, starting your own business or side hustle or even a middleman business like me, it's not going to make you a millionaire. You're just 120 a year. But guess what? If you don't have to go to work to get that 120, you're free. Mary has to go to work 40 hours a week. I'll show you. Here, you get a paycheck. This is how I know you're in trouble. You get a paycheck. Again, nothing wrong with paychecks. It's better than nothing. There were days I wish I had a paycheck. So don't quit your job. Just hear me out. You get a paycheck. Nothing wrong with it. Right? Your paycheck does this. Tell me if this looks familiar. First thing that happens when you get your paycheck, just tell me if I'm right. Somebody, just tell me if I'm right, because I could be wrong. First thing that happens when you get your paycheck, government gets paid. Am I right? Somebody let me know. If I'm right, let me know. First thing happens, get your paycheck. You work 40 hours a week, bust your behind, did all that hard work, wearing yourself out. Somebody said, right, all right, we're on the right track. First thing happens, government gets paid. Uh-oh. But wait, who did all the work? How are they getting paid? Current Tax Payment Act 1943. They don't trust you to pay your taxes on time. They're going to invade your check. You get paid, right? First of all, you don't even get the real check, right? So you get paid. First thing come out is taxes. Second thing come out, let me know if I'm wrong. Your bills. Am I right? Talk to me. The bill's the next thing out. Smash that thumbs up. Somebody let me know. The bill's the next thing come out of your check. You still haven't been able to do anything. You've paid taxes. They've been in your check. Then you pay the bills. They've been in your check. And then the last thing that happens, tell me if I'm wrong. Last thing that happens, if anything is left after these two, anything, a lot of you don't have much left. But if anything is left, you save it. Am I right? Talk to me. I hope y'all tracking. If you're tracking, let me know. If you're not tracking, you're lacking, right? And so you're going to save. All right, I'm going to save whatever's left. Thank God I saved $100. Ouch. You're going to need a miracle. And then the next thing that happens after you save, you go right back into the same process. Let me ask you a question. What's the definition of insanity? You know, I know. Doing the same thing, expecting a different result. If your finances look like this, where's the change going to come? There's no change. But I can show you something different. If you don't rely on a paycheck, I can show you how it can grow, how it can work if you don't always rely on a paycheck. What if I taught you how to build a business? Now, this is a job, right? This stuff's going to happen on a job. This is what your job's going to look like all day long. This is your job. Now, what if I showed you how to do something different, where instead of relying on that job, you're going to create a business, right? You're going to create your own business from your phone, which is, I love it because it's mobile. You can work from anywhere, right? And not long from now, I'm going to be on the beach doing these videos, proving to you that you can do this from anywhere and still get paid. So now you're going to start a business, right? And now your business is going to create something. So instead of getting a paycheck, your business is going to create something called cash flow. That's just the money that your business makes that flows to you every time your business gets paid. Follow me. And so now you get cash flow instead of a paycheck, right? I'm showing you the difference between slaving away for money and freedom. You can still make money, but you're either going to do it slaving away from someone else, or you're going to do it as a free man or a free woman. I recommend you do it as a free person. Again, nothing wrong with the paycheck. Please don't quit your job, right? Don't watch this channel and say, hey, I'm quitting my job. I was watching this random guy on YouTube. He was awesome, told me to bounce. I'm out. It's not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you to instead of doing this, when you get free time, go do this. And then when this starts making more money, drop this. Make sense? All right, so business cash flow. Now you get cash flow. After cash flow, money goes into your account. So now you have cash flow and you get to keep your gross. So notice you still got all your money. Now you get to keep your gross, right? Now when your gross comes out, then of course you got your bills and things you need to pay, and that's fine. Sure, you'll come back, you'll pay your expenses. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to pay your taxes. So if you work a job, your taxes the first thing come out. If you own a business, your taxes the last thing come out. And you notice I didn't do savings for a business. You know why? Because we're not looking to save money. We're looking for cash flow. You guys are looking to save money and live off savings. Life and time is going to take that away. I want to teach you how to live off cash flow. So if you spend your $10,000 for that month, it's gone. I'll spend my $10,000, doesn't matter. The business still open? Yes, we're still going to get $10,000 next month. Make sense? So again, that's a great lesson in how you can get free from the life you live now, right? And so again, what I'm going to teach you is 3 things tonight. Thursday, the 21st tonight. I don't know when you guys are going to be watching this video, but if you miss this training, oh my gosh, right? So I'm going to teach you 3 things, the 3 things that I do, and that's all I do. We teach you how to book customers, get deposit, and dispatch the work to someone else. If you're somebody and you want your time back, you want your life back, you want your freedom, you're tired of working at that job, you're tired of selling all your time for money, you don't get to live your life, you know that, hey, if I died today, I'm going to regret how I lived and how I was financially. If that's you, that's a nightmare way of living. Don't live and die that way. Can't pass your job down to your kids, can't pass your credit score down. You better create something. And the way you do it, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Create your own middleman business. You don't have to be in the training tonight. That's up to you. But if you want to get the free invite for the training, you got to get there early because I do shut off the amount of people that get there. We've been crowded, very crowded, more people than I expected. And the problem is I like to do Q&A as we go. And so if it's too many people, then I just cut it off at a certain number so I'll have time to answer questions. Because I'm only on there for about 45 minutes to an hour. So if you want to get in there, put middleman right here, middleman in the comments below. And if you're watching this video and you're not watching it live, put middleman in the comments. Otherwise, you're going to miss it. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day. Your job is not loyal. They're going to let go of you. They're going to fire you before they retire you. I'm just telling you, your job's not safe. You will be fired or let go at some point. And you need to understand that technology is going to replace you. AI is going to replace you. A system or a process is going to replace you. A kid working halfway around the world for half of what you charge is going to replace you. You guys have to see this coming. See the future. You got to see this coming. We can look up in the sky and see it's cloudy and say, I think it's going to rain today. But we can't look out at the economy and say, everything's overpriced. I'm not making enough money on my job. I'm not safe. I know I'm not safe. All these companies are laying off by the thousands. I'm not safe. That's a financial storm approaching, and you won't grab your umbrella. But I'm here to wake you up and say, hey, it's about to rain. You need to be ready. How do you get ready? Start a business. You don't have to start the one that I do. But if you want to learn how to do it, put middleman in the comments, be in the training tonight. If you want to do something else, that's fine. Just please, please, please listen to me good. Your job is not safe. There's no such thing as a safe, secure job. You need to make sure that you're in a position where if, just in case you lose your job, you can still make money. Please listen to me. Don't get stuck in this trap, okay? I got to go, guys. Let somebody else know about the channel. Watch free videos all you want. And please, please, please subscribe, hit thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And for everyone who wants to start a middleman business and say, hey, look, brother, you just described me and I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck and I know this job is not safe. I want to learn how to make money. Put middleman in the comments and I'm going to see you in the live training, guys. Peace.